Guess who's back? Bruh. Okay, so I'm gonna try to answer these so-called Q&As. I know, it didn't take long, huh? It didn't take long. So I'm just gonna try to answer them short and sweet. But you know me, with my long explanations. But I don't like misunderstandings, So this is one of the reasons why I always feel like I need to, go through the details and everything, Anyhow, we'll see how I'm gonna edit this, okay? But for now, let's start. Okay, let's do this. So all I wanted to just add onto that is like, when you live in the ghetto, in the project, you live with all kinds of different people from all over the world, Like that's one of the perks with living in million-dollar project places or whatever you call them, Because you will taste food from all over the world, you will learn languages, cultures, everything from a very young age. Like some of the times you don't even have to take vacation, Because these people, they will literally give you like the full-on experience, So that's one of the perks. Okay. Do you know what's going on but you're playing stupid? This is one of the questions. I will keep this one very short. I'm not a good actress. Do you understand? I am not a good actress. So everything that I know, I have already put it out there somehow. So it's always at least one person around me that knows what's going on in this little head of mine, So I don't know, you guys be the judge, Like you hear all of my theories and all of this stuff, so you know if I'm close to the truth or not. And most of this stuff, if I'm gonna be honest, it is gut feeling mixed with subliminal messages and hints, It's a lot of factors that makes me, So I'm not a total nutcase. Like I know how to discern what's for me and not for me. But anyhow, I don't know. I don't know 100% what's going on. I have my theories, but I don't know. That's my answer. Okay, I love food. Okay, so at the moment, I'm actually cooking one of my favorite dishes. So I will try to put a picture up later when it's done. So it's called acheke. It's West African. It is some kind of cassava leaf something with usually fish you eat it with and some vegetables. Mwah. And to be honest, I know everybody's talking about the jollof rice, the Ghanaian, the Nigerian is better. Personally, I prefer the Senegalese or the Gambian, the Benachin or Chebujan. That's one of my favorites as well. Pasta carbonara, like the list goes on. Like I have so many dishes that I just love food. I'm very open when it comes to that. And drinks, basically anything with lemon. Anything with lemon and something sweet, honey, sugar, whatever. Lemonade, like I like anything like that. And when it comes to alcohol, I am a beer girl. I prefer beer. You don't get headaches and hangovers and all of this crap. Number one, because I don't want to lose my speech. It sounds crazy, but it's true. Number two, I don't have a lot of people around me, so I gotta get it out somehow. And number three, I don't know, it's a lot of stuff happening around me and I don't feel like I'm being addressed directly. So for me, I'm like, okay, so how can I somewhat help to solve this or whatever? My way is just like, let me just, word vomit or whatever, and whatever that needs to be addressed will be addressed there, or you will find components that will help to solve whatever case, or I don't know. So that's my answer. Maybe a little bit like iffy, but that's my answer. I'm not a criminal. Let's just start there. I'm not a terrorist. I'm none of this stuff. And if I ever done something, best believe that I have so-called paid for it, like either with money or some kind of something, you know, I paid for it. But I would say, like, when it comes to the law and the police, like, I haven't had like a big issue, to be honest. I feel like the police, like, I know how the justice system is in United States and stuff like that, especially for people like me, you know. But I'm just saying, like, over here, I haven't had any issues like that, you know. No, maybe it's because I'm a woman too. It would have been different if I was a guy, you know. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to the police, like, I don't feel like I had any issues with them at all, to be honest. But I have been caught for shoplifting. I have been caught for shoplifting, and one of those times that I got caught, it was not even my stuff. I'm gonna try to summon this story up. This was basically like, I had turned 18, and one of my closest friends at the time, she was 17. We were still the same age range, but she was still 17. And her parents gave her like an apartment, you know. They were very like, they didn't want to have anything to do with her, kind of, you know, very like that. So they gave her an apartment in another city, and she didn't, of course, had any money or anything like that. So the apartment was basically empty, you know. It was like a chair and a bed, and that's it, like a frat apartment. And of course, no food and nothing like that. And we were broke, you know. So she was like, okay, let's go to the store. They have like this big supermarkets, you know, you can get everything from clothes, food, they have everything in there. So she was like, she had like a big gym bag, a black big gym bag, and she was just picking, you know, and she took 2 of everything, I remember. And I was like, I don't know why she did that. Maybe was it for me, or was it because she wanted this stuff to last longer? I don't know. But it was like 2 shampoo, 2 toothpaste, 2 of everything, you know. And me and my gut feeling and being intuitive, you know, I started to watch around, and I was just like, nah, you know, I'm not having a good feeling about this. So I tried to tell her, I was like, please leave all this stuff, you know, like this time, like, it's not gonna work, you know, because we had done that before, and it was somewhat, I don't know. Me, myself, I didn't take anything. I had some money, so just to make it seem like we were not like, shoplifting in the store, I decided to buy like like a drink and some chips or something like that, you know, just so we don't just pass, you know. And as soon as we passed, these people, they took us, you know, and they put us in separate rooms. And I'm telling you, like, this went up to court. Like, we had like a court, like her mother came, she had a lawyer, I had somebody defending me as well. And the final verdict was that she and I both got caught for, they didn't even call it shoplifting, you know. After a sum of money is stealing, basically. So we got caught for that, both she and I. Even though she said to them many times, she was like, my friend didn't do anything, you know, she's innocent. Like, she even told me to leave this stuff, but I didn't listen to her. She told them in court, and you can see the papers and everything, and I told them as well. But it was almost like, because I was 18 at the time and she was 17, they felt like, and she had 2 of everything almost, they felt like maybe I had forced her somehow. And I just want to say, like, is a lot of factors here that you need to think about. You need to think about, number 1, that this girl, she was half Portuguese and half Angola. She was a mixed race, biracial girl, but she was very light skinned. If you saw her, you would have thought that maybe she was like a Mediterranean European side. Do you understand? Like, she was very fair skinned, and her hair was curly, like not kinky. Do you understand? So I feel like she had some light skin privilege, if I'm gonna be honest. Like if the tables was turned and I was 17 and she was 18, it might have looked different. I'm just saying. But I had that mark in my, what do you call it? My record. I had it for 10 years. And I mean that, you know, when you apply for some jobs, they want to see that you clean and, oh, no, it was messy. I'm not kidding with you. So yes, I had some issues with like the shoplifting, but nothing major. Nothing major. I never got, maybe like a fight or something like that, you know, when I was a teenager. I don't have time to share that story now because it's already 10 minutes, but yeah. Some of the girls from my high school, like they can probably share that story. So no, I haven't had any problems with the law like that. And I would say the Portuguese police officer, they are muito fofa or fofinha or whatever you call it. Like they look good. I'm not kidding with you. Huh? They look good. Huh? And kind too. Like, oh, these people, they helped me a lot when I was there. I don't know, like I'm so bad with like 6 feet and 5 feet and, you know, feet measures, you know, you guys, like, why can't you have the same system, you know? Okay, so how tall am I? I am 165 centimeters, let's just say so, okay? 165 centimeters, that's how tall I am. And my weight, I'm telling you, like, last time I weighed myself, I would say around 70, like 68, 69, something like that, kilo, okay? I haven't gone up and down so much. Like, if I do, it's like maximum like 5 kilos up and down. Nothing major like that. I do love food and I try to exercise and all of this stuff, but overall, like, I'm happy with my physique and, you know? So I don't know. Is that considered tall? It's so weird because like my mother was tall. She was like 170 something. And my father's tall, skinny as fuck. Probably like 2 meters or something. And I'm like, how did I end up being like, what happened? You understand? Ugh. Like I said in the past video, like I'm still growing, okay? It was so funny. I saw a meme, like somebody said, like they walk around and ask children what they want to do when they grow up. And this is not because they care or anything like that. It's just so they can get some ideas like, wow, maybe I should try that. Anyhow, that was just a side note. But what did I want to be when I was... I know, like, when I graduated, I was 18, about to be 19 when I graduated. Everybody in that, like we millennials, especially here in Scandinavia, that group, everybody wanted to study like, what you call it, how do you say socionom in English? You basically end up like in a, what do you call this place? Where people get like food stamps and stuff like that. You end like a social worker. You end up like a social worker. Like most of the people that study that, like what they do right now, like they ended up like social workers. But what they wanted to do was to help youths, basically. You know, and considering how I have been raised and grown up and everything, I was like, man, this would suit me excellent, you know, because I know what I'm talking about. I walk the walk, you know. But that was peer pressure. It was basically everybody was talking about it. So I was like, I want to do it too. But later on, I started to find like dentistry. And some would be like, why don't you want to be like a dentist? And I was like, no, I wanted to be a dental hygienist. And the reason for this is because, you know, it's a little bit, oh God, my phone is about to die. It's basically art mixed with science, you know, like you need to have like the finger, you know, it's very, you know, and most of the times it's just you and one patient, and that patient have their mouth full with stuff, so they can't talk like that. So you don't have to think about that awkward, we need to socialize and small talk, you know, all of this stuff. So I was like, you know, okay. So that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a dental hygienist, and I wanted to open up my own firm. Yep. I remember when I told my stepfather, like I said, he is Persian. He was very happy, you know, when I decided to share the news that I was like, you know what, I'm thinking I'm gonna pursue, like, try to pursue it. And he started to imagine and was talking, yeah, and then you can move to England, you move to Brighton, and you open your own business, you open your own firm, and you buy yourself a Mercedes Benz. And you know, he started directly. I was like, bruv, I don't even have the grades at the moment to get accepted, but thank you for being all, you know. No, but he was funny. Like, I remember my little brother, what did he study? He studied something with culinary, basically to become a chef, like when he went to high school. And he is so good in math and all of this. Like, since he was small, he's been very smart when it comes to math. Always helped his sisters with their homeworks and stuff like that. So I think everybody in the family just figured that he's gonna be something like a finance, whatever, or engineer or something. So when he decided to study something, chef, I remember how my stepfather reacted, like, poor thing. Oh God. And you can just imagine, you know, but let's just say, like, times are changing, you know. Like, I remember in high school, I studied something called multimedia. Like, it's basically like, it's a lot of arts and craft, but the one that I studied, it was a lot of technology. Like, we basically opened up like a computer and had to learn how to wire it, and I failed all of the technical part. The other ones I got good grades, but you know, the web design, the computer science, the sound mixing, production, video production, all of them, F, you know. But I think it's so funny because when I studied that in high school, most of the people were looking at us like we were some kind of failures, like we didn't have enough grades to get accepted. So we basically just took the easiest program just to get into high school and finish that. And in today, like 2023, like just 2000s, you know, I feel like everybody that have studied that, like, this is our market now, this is our chance, you know, with social media just growing and everything like that. Like, you need artistic people right now, you know. And people that, like my brother, studied culinary schooling, like chef and stuff like that, like, it's lucrative, as you know. So I just want to say to some of you parents out there that are still very backwards and think that it's literally like 3 stuff that you can do. You can be a doctor, an engineer, or a disgrace, like a meme I saw, you know. It's like, no, there are so many options right now. It's crazy. Like, if you guys are just thinking you want to make money, so many options. But if you guys are thinking that, oh, I want to make my parents proud, or your parents are thinking, I want to brag about my child, you know, to family members and so on, then they have to go with the traditional stuff. But I often feel like the untraditional stuff, when that starts to pay up, the respect starts to come in, you know? You know, like, look at all of these gamers. The parents was probably like, why are you always in your room playing and this and that? And these people, they have millions and millions today, you know? So, but we see the thing with future plans and future goals. I feel like I do want to, like, I haven't finished any university degree yet. I have studied many different stuff, you know, but I always change program or didn't finish it, and most of it has to do with this nonsense that has been going on around me. You guys don't understand how hard it's been to maintain a so-called normal life while all of this is happening. So If the circumstances was different, I'm telling you, I would have had like a master's or something in something today. But it's not too late. Like what I'm studying right now, I have people from the age of 18 was the youngest, and the oldest, he was 60 something, you know? So it's never too late. I'm gonna try to summon this up very fast, okay? So I would basically say Brazil, all over Brazil, because I was in Rio, Sao Paulo, Ilha Grande, Salvador Bahia, and I would say Rio is one of my top favorites. And let me just, okay, and Ecuador. Those two would be like up there, you know, like. And the reason for Brazil, I had always had a fascination with Brazil. The food, the music, the dance, the culture, the men, do you understand? Like, I don't know where this fascination came from, but I remember when I went to Brazil, like, because I have been thinking and just dreaming about this for so long that I wanted to go there, but never had the money or time or whatever. So when I actually went, I was ecstatic. I was like, oh shit, I'm finally here. Like, oh God, like it was a dream come true. And I traveled by myself, but I was never alone like that. I went to the beach, I always met people, very inviting, very open like that, you know? So for how long? We don't, whatever. In Ecuador, the reason why I thought that Ecuador was awesome was the hospitality. I met some people that were so-called hippies. You know, they was living off the grids, you know, like they had to fetch their own water. Like this one was, oh God, these people were so wonderful, you know, like I tried everything from ayahuasca, San Pedro, something called Sweat Lodge, you know, like with real native people, and we were sitting by the bonfire, and you know, me and another girl that she used to live in America, but she got deported. We were talking about past traumas and just crying, and oh, I'm telling you, these people, like we had like vegan food, vegan barbecue, and oh my God. No, I'm telling you, these people were, the hospitality was off the chain. Like I felt so at home. One of the main reasons why I went to Ecuador, it was a healing journey for me, you know, but I got something out of it. Let's just say that. I got something out of it, and it was worth it. Every time, it was worth it. But Brazil, I just need to share like a quick story. Like I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet. I had been in Sao Paulo, so I took the bus from Sao Paulo back to Rio, and the guy that was sitting next to me, he was living in the United States now, but he was Brazilian, and like he was so gorgeous, tall, dark, handsome, just like, ooh, papi, you know? Oh my God, I knew that he was gay, because I had a lot of friends growing up that was gay, bisexual, all that stuff, you know? So my gaydar discerned very quickly that, nah, he's too pretty, he is gay, most definitely. And he kept on, because we were talking a lot the whole way. And he know that he's not very flamboyant, you know, he's very masculine. So he had to, every story he shared, he flinked in that he was gay. And I was like, dude, take it easy. You know, like nobody's hitting on you like that, you know? Speaking of that, hitting, like I have this, I don't know if anybody else, like especially women, like this is for women. Like whenever you give like a guy a compliment, or you just being yourself, talking, and people just assume that you're flirting with them, and they are very fast to be like, I have a girlfriend, you know? Is there anybody else that keeps experiencing this? Like, and it's not always guys, like even some girls, like women have been like, oh, I have a boyfriend. And it's like, bruh, do I look like, what? Like, what is, okay. I don't know, bruh. I'm like, kindness is so rare that it makes people think that you are flirting with them when you just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my voice, and maybe it's the way that I look, you know, the eye contact and the whatever. All that together makes it look like I'm trying, you know. And it's like, oh, I'm not that thirsty, believe it or not. I'm not, you know. Anyhow, So this guy, I went to the carnival with him and his friends. Okay, they were very inviting, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. The carnival like started to like finish. We decided to go to the beach and take like a skinny dip like night, you know, and it was one guy that was supposed to guard all the stuff, and we, the other one, we were jumping into the ocean, basically gonna swim. I had my little fanny pack with me still. I don't know, my intuition was saying something different, but these people, they just went, Anyways, so some of you guys know that you have like these gangs, like it's usually like guys, teenage guys or whatever, that will come in like a group and just run through the beach and just take everything, you know? And the police, they don't do anything because it's like, it's on your own risk, basically, you know? So they don't do anything like that because they don't want to escalate even more. Like it has been a lot of eyes on Brazil when it comes to like police violence. Like if you guys think the United States have a lot of violence, you know, police brutality, like, these people over there, they will come like military, like, I don't know how many times I saw that, like a big truck of them just riding around there, just waiting for trouble almost, you know, it's almost provoking. Anyhow, we got robbed, not me, because I had my shit, and it was so funny because like me and this guy, like I said, he's very masculine, you know, but in that moment, he had this little teeny weeny string bikini, you know, this Brazilian little, you know, whatever they have. And he was running and I ran too. And he looked so flamboyant and he was screaming, caralho, caralho. And I was like, bro, I was laughing my ass off at the same time as I was running. And I'm just like, I am crazy. Like, how can you like, you know, because these guys had like some kind of weapon, maybe a knife or something, you know? Anyways, we went to the police and the police basically was like, but you guys are Brazilians. You guys should know better. Like, why are you here at this time? You know, like, okay, tough luck. So I ended up paying for the Uber so all of us could go back home to whatever place we had. But yeah, but I'm telling you, like Latin America, I don't know if anybody else have been traveling there. It is, don't do like I did a lot of stuff that you're not supposed to do, you know, like you should not go to the favelas by yourself and have like your expensive mobile phone and your system digital camera and just walk there like you know. But it was something that was like, I felt safe, I'm gonna be honest. Like most of these people, they kind of look like me, you know, so I don't know, I felt safe. I heard a lot of scary stories about people, especially tourists, that been trespassing and got killed, disappeared, but okay. So anyways, those were my best places that I experienced like a full-on, you know. Maybe another time I will go into details, you know, because it is a lot. But worst places, this is gonna sound cliche. I feel like everybody's nagging on France and Paris, but I will say Paris. I've been to Paris like a homeless person, like a tourist, and on a festival. So I experienced the highs and the lows. And I would say it is a scam. Like these people, like it's Gotham City. It is a ghetto, like somebody said on Instagram. False advertisement, basically. And I don't know, it's a lot of small stuff that happened when I was there from all kinds of different French people. And when I say French, like, I mean the black, the white, the Middle Eastern, like it was a lot of fuck shit that happened, you know? So France would definitely be on my not so good list, or good experience. And what more? My motherland, because I'm born in Gambia, but both my parents are from the neighborhood country. So I went back to search for my father. Maybe I'll do a video about that, because that's actually like, you can write a book about that event, because that was, ooh. So anyways, I feel like, you know, Gambia is basically like the Philippines, but in West Africa. You know, everybody loves them. They are funny. They're always happy. They have good food, rich culture, and tourism, and people just love them and drawn to them. Do you understand? So I would say when it comes to Gambians, let me just check on my fish quick. Was I done with the trip thing? No. What was I saying? My motherland, yes. I went back to my motherland, and I will tell you, like, compared to Gambia, these people, like, when you are in Gambia, like, I know a lot of people that would travel there during December, you know, and I'm telling you, like, oof, oh, you can horseback ride, do you understand, on the beach, like, you can go to nightclubs, and you know, they have all kinds of activities, do you understand? But when you go to my motherland, maybe it's because of the reason I went, but I felt like everything was very, like, you know, strict, like, they meant business. Like, even the food was, I'm telling you, the food was like, you eat to get full, you know, like, that's it. So I don't know, I only spent a lot of money when I was there. Not even on myself. I spent a lot of money, and that's about it. You know, we'll see. Maybe in the future I would do like a second trip or something like that, but I didn't have a great time, if I may say. Even though I did some activities. Okay. I never heard anybody say this directly to me, but then again, I live here in Scandinavia and people are not very direct when it comes to anything, but you learn how to get the answers from them eventually. I would say that I had this conversation with one of my coworkers, and I was basically saying, like, I feel like the French people have the same misconception about them, that everybody think that, oh, Parisians, French people, they're so rude and stuck up. And it's like, I come from a city here in Sweden called Gothenburg, and you know, the way people from Gothenburg speak, like the humor and everything is sarcasm on another level. You know, it's sarcasm on another level. So for somebody like, let's say here that I am in Stockholm, they would be like, oh, this person is complaining and bitching a lot. But it's like, they're not. It's just it's just the swag. Do you understand? I don't know how to explain it. And the French people, they have the same thing, I think. It's just the way that you talk. You know, like, how was your day? It was catastrophical, you know, but it could have been worse. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's very I'm not being rude, basically. I'm not. Like, I'm very... If you live in a society, in a community where everybody is walking on eggshells all the time, and most of the times, and you have something called jantelag in here, like, you don't think that you're better than anybody else, like, shrink yourself down to not make others feel uncomfortable. As soon as you're just a little bit, like, you love yourself, you're a little bit talkative or something, like, you would be considered rude. I have been considered a lot of stuff here, but as soon as I go to the United States, like when I was in Los Angeles, one of the girls that I met, what did she say to me? Oh, I see the approach that you're trying to do, you know, like the humbleness. But you see, you in the United States now, you in LA. This is not gonna take you far. And like, you need to work on your self-esteem or something like that. And I'm like, bruh, my self-esteem, like, I have no issues with that. What are you talking about? But she felt like I was being too, like, oh, I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be heard, I don't want to take space. And she was like, fuck that shit, like, you here now, okay? So you here now, adapt. But I would say, like, if I'm rude, it was a video I saw on Instagram, I think. Somebody was saying that, you know, like, most of the people that you meet that are a certain way, it's not to put the blame on anybody else, but you get like that, you know, like, you always being tested, always being tried, always this and that, you know, and you be like, bruv, I've been a doormat for now how long, you know, and eventually a doormat get enough, and they catch you at that moment, and all of a sudden you are psycho, you are rude, you are this, you are that, and the fourth. I am not rude, at least not on purpose, at least not on purpose. it's just the way that I talk. Like it can come off very, you know, maybe this is one of the reasons why some people was thinking that I was on the spectrum, you know, because my mouth, like, oh, I remember I had a classmate from university, like she told me something, like an issue that she had, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I came up with like a solution, and I wanted to share it with her. So I saw her, and I was like, hey, you know, the thing that we were talking about before? And she was like running to me and just like, shh, because she was afraid that I was gonna out that in front of everybody. And I'm like, bruv, I am open, I am straightforward, I'm a lot of stuff, but I do have my sparrar, like, I know when is the right time and not to do and talk about certain stuff. Believe me, I do. So, anyways, next. Ooh, this one is deep. We wait with this one. Let's hurry this up. I would say when it comes to movies, if I say the Truman Show, Limitless, Lucy, like all of these movies, like if I say like these are some of my favorite movies, then you can probably see what kind of genre, like what I'm after. So for me, it's very like either it's very non-realistic or something like that, like you have to think a lot, or I need something that is like is based on a true story, like this happened. And this comes for books and everything. I don't read a lot of books. I have my reasons, and some will be like, yeah, we know this. It's like, no, sorry, I can't do that on YouTube. No, but okay, so that's my taste when it comes to movies. And when it comes to music, I don't know how to say this word in English, but in Swedish it's called allätare. It basically means that you eat everything. So for me, if you guys saw my last old Spotify list, not the one that I have right now, but before, oh my god, like you could find everything from like Motown to Jimi Hendrix to Nine Inch Nails to Nirvana to Infected Mushrooms to Beanie Man, and oh my god, like it's very high and low, you know, like I listen to everything. I feel like if you really love music, if you really like music, you will be open to just explore all of it, you know. So but I do have my to-go-to, of course, and I feel like it's very like depending on the period, you know, summertime, if I'm on my way to work, school, at the gym. So I'm in my so-called deep house lounge kind of era, because it's a lot of nonsense happening around me, so I need to have like tranquil music, you know. So it's that, or it's very much like dance hall, shake your booty, because I'm a former dancer, you know, so I like anything that has like a beat, like a heavy beat, you know. So that's my taste. We're gonna wait for this one. So it's like my music. I'm joking. No, but my type have changed a little bit, like from the course of the years. Like if you guys saw in the beginning, like when I was a teenager up to now, like it has changed a little bit. And it depends a lot on where you are, the kind of surrounding you have, and friends and all of this stuff, you know. But I feel like even though I've been so-called open and not very like, you need to be like this, you need to be like that, it's been very high and low, or whatever you wanna, you know. I still have like a to-go-to, you know, like I see where my eyes are wandering, and it's usually Latin, Afro-Latin guys, like I'm gonna be honest, like. And since we don't have a lot of them here in Scandinavia, not the type that I think are attractive or fine, you know. So then I had to like settle for like the lookalikes. But I would say, like, I don't know, like I said in another video, like, but if you're not thinking about the outers, you know, like I would say that, like I said, I like guys that are a little bit nerdy, you know, like I don't like meatheads. Like I want to be able to talk to somebody that can hold a conversation, basically, you know. Oh my god, even my friends group, like I had a picture from when I turned 19 and had like a barbecue, and I had people from all over the world. Like I would just mention a few: Ethiopia, Sudan, Brazil, Norway, Finland, Uganda, Vietnam, Syria, Iraq, Turkey, yeah, basically the whole world. And this was friends from school, from my dance, from random, you know, and all of them gathered. Like, it's very, I like it. I like it. Oh, I want to save this one because I have, let me, okay, these two, let me save those because these ones are a little bit like you need to get in. And I feel like they're shifting a little bit, but it's some stuff that has been the same forever ever. And one of the things is that I want to graduate. I have been, like I said, with all of this nonsense happening around me, I haven't been able to finish even like a university study. I've been studying since 2017, different programs, different schools and everything, but always ended up in some kind of dispute, fight, altercation with professors, teachers, students, for just, you guys know, I don't know, but yeah, it hasn't been easy. So one of my plans is, yeah, to get some kind of degree, even though I don't think that that's the whole world, you know, times are changing. You don't need a degree like that anymore, you know, like, but I just want to have it in case of like a fallback plan. One more. I want to move. Like I want to, like, the next, when I'm done with my studies, the next place that I'm gonna move to, that's gonna be like my so-called final destination, where I'm gonna settle down and all of this stuff. Yeah, so I want to find like a place that I can call home. Basically, that's my wish, you know. And gold and all of this basic stuff, you know, settle down, get married, possibly get kids, and you know, the whole shebang. Travel. I would like to have like a full year that I just travel and backpack and just see the whole world, you know, just experience the 7 wonders of the world. Like that would be awesome. And a lot of, like, if I'm not just thinking egocentrical, me, what I'm, you know, like, it's a lot of stuff that I did want to do for people, community-wise, and just, you know, some of them are very reachable. Like, I don't even need to have money or finance or anything. Like, I can start right now, do you understand? But we'll see. You gotta be in the right mental state first, you know, and a lot of other states. But yeah, wishes. I wish for peace. It sounds cliche, but I'm telling you, bro. I wish for peace. And the judgment day should start soon. These are deep questions here now, huh? And I don't even feel like I'm in my deep, you know, like some days you are a little bit like, philosophical and this and that. Today I'm not. I just came from work and I did my food and I'm a little bit like, I just want to jump into the shower and just, do you understand? So maybe I should, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I do like tomorrow, part 2 or something like that. We'll see. What's your outlook on life? It is a deep question. What is my outlook on life? Like I said, I'm not spiritual like that. I'm not religious, but I do take some aspect from those genres. But I'm gonna be honest. I think that we are living in a so-called stimulation. You know, like this is one of the questions is actually that. So maybe I should go deep dive when I come to that one. So my outlook on life is basically like just enjoy it while you're here, you know. And it sounds like I'm not living how I'm preaching right now, because I'm spending 8 hours at work and 1 hour commuting, and then you come home like you feel like a robot, you know. all day, every day, doing the same thing, and then a little bit vacation maybe. And do you understand? If you can afford. So I don't know. I know that whatever I'm doing right now, I'm not doing what I think that we are placed on this so-called earth to do. Like you can just feel it, you know, when you're not in your right element to write anything. So my outlook on life is it is all over the place, bruh. It is really all over the place. But the more people I meet and talk to, I feel like we all collectively are somewhat on the same chapter. Like we, you know, even if it seems like some people have it all figured out, we still are wondering question marks, more or less. And so I don't know how I'm gonna answer this one. What's your outlook on life? We'll see. Maybe I have like a poetic session in the future and talk about stuff like that, because this is interesting, you know. Life as a whole is a mysterium. It's a mystery. Mysterium. I intertwine the languages. Okay, so let's just start like this. I lost my virginity when I was 16 years old. Yep, I lost my virginity when I was 16 years old, and it was by a guy that was at least 1.5 decades older than me, like 10 to 15 years older than me. So you do the math. So before I continue and share that story, I need to just go through some stuff. Number one, I'm living in Europe, in Scandinavia. Scandinavia, Swedish people have been, I don't know how it is right now, known as very sexually liberated as people, you know, like with the Swedish massage and Inga from Sweden and all of this stuff, you know. So let's just start with that. It's a very secular country too, so it's not based on religion or anything like that, you know, that you need to wait until marriage and all of this stuff. Number two, you need to remember that I am a millennial. I saw on YouTube, this was two guys discussing, they were talking about a video, like a dating video, and they were basically going through it. And it was like, let's say 4 or 5 years between like the girl and the guy. And the girl was very like, yeah, no, you're too old for me, you know, and all of this stuff. And these guys that was talking, commenting the video, they were both millennial and a little bit older, and they were basically saying like, our generation, like you had people with bigger age gap and nobody reacted, nobody in society, like this was very common, like this is the genre, this is the epoch where you had like Hugh Hefner and all of this stuff. Do you understand? Some of the stuff that we let slide, like back in early 2000s, stuff like that, it would have never, you know, like video vixens and all of this stuff. Like in today's society, like, you know, everybody being all political correct and all of this stuff, a lot of this wouldn't. Okay, so yes, number one, I live in a secular European country that is very sexual liberated. Number two, I'm a millennial. Back in my time, stuff was different, you know. I don't know how it was in other countries, but at least here, I think there's a lot of people that can confirm what I'm saying. And number three, you need to think about the kind of friends group that I had. I was hanging out with like native Swedes, you know, like I had a mixed range of friends, of course, but it was a period where I was hanging with native Swedes, and this was the kind of Swedes where like the parents didn't give a fuck, you know. They could leave the daughter in the house for like, I don't know, 5-7 days, and the daughter was having like a home party. She invited the whole town and, you know, went and bought alcohol from, you know, like this. Oh gosh, I'm not kidding with you. You get the memo, basically, what kind of girls this was. So back in that days, I'm telling you, like we had like these old nasty men that used to have like alcohol in their place, and since that time you don't have money like that, you go to these people's place, you get your alcohol on, you drink, you know, and when you start to get a little bit tipsy, you bounce, because ain't nobody wanted to do anything with them, you understand? But I started to understand that at least like every time it had to be like maybe one girl that offered herself or sacrificed herself for the rest, you know, because I was like, why would they keep inviting us if they're not getting anything in return? I never did anything, to be honest. And most of it had to do with a lot of other stuff. But anyhow, I never did anything. So you need to have those three components. Oh shit. In the back of your head, my phone is about to die soon. Should I just pause this and then let me just pause it and let me just continue. Where was I? I was saying that you need to have those three components in the back of your head before you get outraged. But anyhow, I would say I was 16 when I lost my virginity, and it was to a guy that was 1 to 1.5 decade, 10 to 15 years older than me. He came from Macedonia, he came from Macedonia, but he lived in Sweden. Like he was, you know, like, but his origin was from Macedonia. And I'm gonna be honest, like that first time was catastrophic. So I didn't even count that as an official time. So after that first time, I didn't have it for like 1.5 years or something like that, because I was like, oh, why do people do this? It's not even fun, you know? So when I met a guy that I actually fancied, this guy was from Angola, like, and the only like good, decent guy that I ever met. Like, oh my God, I feel like, I want to do a video about this, because I feel like when I was younger, I met a lot of good people that was good for me, like friends, lovers, like, and I met them very young. You know, like people that if I somehow kept in contact with these people, these people would have, my life would have looked so different. Like I will give you like it's just a side note, but this guy, like I said, like he respected his mom. He was such a gentleman. And you know, back in that time, it wasn't popular to date like a black, dark-skinned girl like me. And he was like, he had like a driver's license. He was 1 year older than me. He already had like his driver's license and a car, and he came to my school. I remember, you know, my high school, and parked there and was like, yeah, come out, you know, and had his friends. Like, I'm telling you, he was very, so if anybody's out there that's still like waiting, don't feel any pressure to lose your virginity or anything like that. Please don't. Like, because this shit, like, oh shit, like you will have this with you for a long, long, long time. Do you understand? Like this guy, oh my God. I remember that he looked like a Vin Diesel. Like he was shaved and, you know. Now with how society looks and being a little bit older, I would say that it was a little bit sketchy, to be honest. But then again, like I said, if you have all of those three components in the back of your mind, back in that day, it wasn't considered very sketchy. So I don't know, bro, but like I said, I waited like 1.5 years or something, and then when I met this other guy that I really fancied, and he fancied me back, you know, I was like, now I lost my virginity, you know. So I kept like for years, I kept on saying that, you know, and then I was like, nah, I gotta keep it truthful with myself, you know. But I mean, the first time, it was so, thank God that it went fast, you know. But yeah. No, don't stress when it comes to stuff like that. Don't stress when it comes to stuff like that. Like, you want it to be with the right person, possibly like the person that you're gonna end up with. That would be the greatest, you know. But I mean, how the world looks and where you live, it determines a lot of stuff, you know. So anyways, I did meet a lot of good people when I was younger, but I'm gonna do a separate video on that, because that is like, it is so philosophical. Yeah. I have a lot of theories, okay? But I'm not gonna share all of them here, because that is gonna be a So like I said, it's a lot of fuck shit going on behind my back, and the way that I look, sometimes I look gullible, I look all over the place. People might think, oh, poor thing, she this, she that. And it's like, you know what? Whenever you guys decide to tell me the truth, just know that my jaw won't drop, you know, because I am a thinker. So I have been thinking about every possible thing it could be and all, and even worse than that. And then put even worse than that. So nothing is gonna shock me. Like, whenever somebody tells me what's been going on, what's been said and stuff like that, like, directly, I'm just gonna be like, oh, so it was theory 3589. I see. Do you understand? It's that level. But anyway, so what's my theories on what's going on around me? So like I said, I'm not super religious or spiritual, but I think that it has something to do with religion and spirituality somehow, because the way people are acting around me and the type of people that approaches me and just in my conversation that comes up, it has something to do with religion. So basically, these are the theories that I think when we are in the religious category. That number one, you had some people thinking that I was some kind of messianic figure, that I should be here preaching or ministering or something like that. This is one of the theories that I had, and that's why they've been looking and trying to be like, but she doesn't fit the description, and oh God. Speaking about doesn't fit the description, this is a little side note. I know I go off track a lot, but this is a little side note. This was like when I was in the beginning stage of my homelessness, and I was in my hometown, my city. And I was like, my hair, I need to do like braids or something, because I can't access bathrooms all the time and fix my hair. I just need like a cornrows, like something that is easy to manage. So what happened, I saw like this tiny little barber shop. It was mostly for guys. And I was sitting outside and I spoke to one of the guys, and we spoke about everything. He asked me a lot of stuff and all of this. And I asked him, is it okay that I borrow your bathroom just to wash my hair? You know, I will do my own braids and everything. And he was like, okay, no problem. We went in, these people were kind, they were giving me like, oh, do you want tea, coffee, anything? All of this stuff. Long story short, I'm telling you, I have divine something. So even if I'm going through a curse or whatever, you know, like I'm telling you, something is fucking guarding me, you know, like without a doubt. Because in that moment, I don't know Arabic like that. I know curse words, you know, but these people, they were calling back home to their countries with like video calls and everything. And I heard one of them saying, it is her, one of the barbers. There were like 7 or 8 of them, you know, it is her. She is the one. And then the other ones was like, no, it can't be her. Like, look at her. Like, that one was supposed to be beautiful, was supposed to be this, was supposed to be that. What is this? Look at the hair, like my moon. My moon in Arabic means monkey. So they were basically comparing me to a monkey. So it was some kind of religious figure. And let me just remind you, because this is important. All of these guys was Middle Eastern from some place, different places. But they were Middle Eastern. And they were like, oh shit. Okay. No, I'm just saying, like, these guys, they were not happy with whatever. So they had like maybe heard about some prophecy, something, and they thought that it was gonna be somebody that would come out of their bloodline, their culture, their country, their origin, their whatever. And you know, everybody had their own perception about beauty. You understand? So for them, I might be ugly as fuck, but for somebody else, I might be a top tier 10. Do you understand? But anyhow, they were very disappointed. They were like, you know, and they were discussing back and forth. And it didn't stop there. These people, they tried to humiliate me later on when I washed my hair. He took me to the side. It was like a laundry room and all of this stuff. And I washed my hair, and he kept on, you know, let me help you. And I'm like, bruv, I seen your clients. You don't know how to help me with this hair. Let me just do it quick. And he was standing with his phone behind me, And then you had another guy standing beside. So these people, they were on Snapchat or something. They were trying to take a picture. I'm not stupid. My gut feeling was like, girl, you need to hurry up. These people are trying to ruin your reputation. They trying to make you seem like you're some kind of slutty whore, you know? Like you out here being ass fucked or whatever and sucking dick at the same time. Like, do you understand? Because my head was like in the sink, you know, like that. And he was standing behind me. And his friends were standing there. And they were standing with the phone. I saw. So I was like, wash my hair quick as fuck. I was like, bruv, I already have a bad reputation. This is the last thing that I need, bruv. You know? But sometimes that's good. When you have bad reputation and new bad stuff comes up, eventually people are gonna be like, man, it's one person. Especially if that person is like me, like you go from school, home, work, home, gym, that's it. They're like, how can somebody that is so mindful of their own business be in so much drama? Anyhow, back to my theories. Religion, like I said, messianic figure, prophet, prophetess, priestess, whatever, like something, you know? Black Madonna, you know? Birthing the next Messiah, prophet, or whatever. That's one of the theories that I had too. Let me just charge my phone a little bit and I will come back. It's gonna be so funny editing these videos because you're gonna see like, I don't know how long this has been taking. You know, the sun has gone up and down. Anyways, so what did I say? Theories was that either people believed that I was some kind of messianic figure, prophetess, should be preaching or gospeling, or that I was gonna birth the kid that was gonna do all of this stuff and was gonna be all of this stuff. And then of course you have the opposite, you know, every time when something like this happens, it's always people there saying, no, this one is a demon, you know, this is the Antichrist and this one is possessed, and you know, so that was one of the theories that I had, that people were thinking that I was possessed or something. That maybe like my family, you know, had done some, because it's been a lot of talk about my mother. And I'm like, you guys, no matter what, I have my theories when it comes to that too, but I'm just saying, when it comes to my mother, like, I don't have anything negative to say about her. I really don't. Like, she did the best she could with whatever she had and the circumstances and everything. She had a lot of false, phony people around her. And I would say, like, if my mother was any of the people that claimed that I was possessed, I was a demon or anything like that, best believe that she must have said it or done it because she was trying to protect me. Like, she knew that it was something else, but she basically just wanted people to stay away, to be like, oh, do you understand? Because I'm saying, like, the type of whispers, the kind of hints that I have heard, you know, people are very upset and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, bruv, the kind of mother that I remember was somebody that went through hell and hot water just to make sure that me and my little brother had like a decent, good life, you know? So, I mean, everybody does mistakes. So if she had done some ritual to sell my soul or whatever, you know, she will deal with that consequences from the Most High. It's not people that should be the judge. Do you understand? That was another theory that I had. And it's not really a theory because it was actually a girl, a Jewish girl, that told me this when I was homeless. She saw all of the fuck shit that I went through, and we were talking a little bit and the accusations and everything. And she basically told me, like, you know what, don't stress yourself. Just chill out, you know, because you don't know this, but in the end times, you will be beside somebody very important and you will be judging people. So they're judging you now, but you will be judging them. And I was just like, because then I started to get this theory. Just know when I'm saying theories, I'm not getting it out of the blue. Do you understand? I'm not psychotic like that, you know? Even if some people try to make it seem like I'm crazy, I'm not psychotic like that. Like, this is multiple conversations, events, hints. Like, it almost feels sometimes that I can hear people's thoughts, because I'm like, people are really passing me by and saying this stuff. Like, what? Nah, I must have some superpower where I can hear your thoughts. You know, it doesn't make sense. Why would you, you know? Anyhow, so this is where I get my hints from most of the time. Or I get like a dream or something that confirms that or something. But anyhow, it was an incident that happened in Canada. This was a homeless guy on the train. We were like 5-6 people on the train. And he was quiet for I don't know how many stations. But as soon as he came to his station and he was gonna jump off, he started to scream, "Who is this fucking bitch to judge me or anybody?" And I'm saying, like, I don't take everything personal when I see stuff happen. I know and I can feel when it's something that is directed to me or not. And I was just like, bruh, what is he talking about? And I felt like, no, like, I don't judge people. I'm trying to... Bruh, I really have forces working against me. First, it's my battery that's low, and then all of a sudden the memory is full. It's like, you know what? It is what it is. Short story, and long story short, she said something about being a judge, and in the beginning I was very hesitated about that, you know. I don't like to stand out in any shape or form, good or bad. But I would say, like, if she is right, and she was not talking to whatever that is connected to me, and she was talking to me, the flesh, the vessel. If she was talking to me, bruh, I'm telling you, I have meat on my bones. I have credentials now to be in a position to actually do the judgment or help with the judgment, because I believe only God can be the ultimate judge, you know? But I will give like some, here you have my list of people that have been messing with me. And here you have another list, and then with people that I want to see like in Dante's lowest hell, but I'm just joking. But anyhow, no, I believe me, I have credentials now, like unjust, you know, bruh. Anyways, it's a lot of theories that I have. It's a lot of theories, and like I said, the religious part, like that I'm connected to some kind of angel. Some people think that I may be the angel, and other people think that I'm connected to it. And then I heard spiritual brother, like a twin brother, or then maybe like a spiritual husband, that I'm married to somebody without my will, and even a mom and a grandmother. Like, oh God, it is all over the place. It is a lot of theories. So just remember, when it comes to theories, it means that you have like a lot of so-called options. But if you don't get any of them confirmed, they're just laying there basically, you know? You don't deep dive in them. But when you get more, then you understand. So I do have a lot of theories. What's your theories on what's going on around you? No, I have been called a lot of stuff, but this is the religious stuff. But I've been called also a pedophile. Are you kidding me? Like, it is crazy. I remember it was a police officer just like almost a month ago. It was another incident that I was with, and I was sitting there and I was just ranting. I was just talking to this police officer, and I was telling her my theories basically. I was like, please don't lock me up in a mental institute, because I'm just repeating what people have been saying and hinting, you know? It's not me walking around making this stuff up. I'm not getting it from out of the blue. But anyhow, I gave her some of my theories, and she was basically saying that, but why are you saying that people think that you're a pedophile or anything like that? I'm like, because I literally heard verbally people say that. Like today, I heard it. It was a couple of young kids that were walking around and saying this. And she was like, yeah, but the thing is, like, if you react on something, it means that you already had the seed of the thinking within you. Like, nobody can force something that is not initially there. And I was like, I hear what you're saying, and I know that this applies to like other situations, but in my situation, I'm telling you, it doesn't apply whatsoever. Because if I went through with you how I discern stuff and how many times I need to hear and see a specific thing or event for me to be like, it's something to get from here, it's something to catch from here, you wouldn't have said something like that to me. So she was basically saying that I was being paranoid because I already had like maybe like, oh, these feelings within me or something like that. I was like, bitch, please, huh? I'm just saying, that's why you're a police officer and not a shrink. And even if you are a shrink, I'm telling you, especially these shrinks on social media, like, bruv, you went 6 years, you read a book or a couple of books for 6 years, and now all of a sudden you think you, like, come on, huh? I have another video about, okay, don't lose your thread now. Ugh. Jesus Christ, there's so many side notes and everything. This is how I come up to 1 hour in my video. Like if anybody is good with cutting, if you just cut what I'm actually saying, like the information, I think I could easily 20 minutes. But it's all of the what, do you understand? And whatever. So what more theories do I have? That is some kind of being. People don't know what that being is. Some people think that it's an alien or something like that, you know, and other people think that no, this is something spiritual, religious, whatever. But I wanted to talk about, let me just cut there because I have a lot of theories, like I said, and I'm getting bored with this. We were talking about conspiracy theories at my job a few days ago, and it was like, I like people that don't get freaked out by, you know, they give you back, and even if they think that it sounds, you know, cuckoo, they were still like in a joking way, like, yeah, you understand? I think it was cool. So I was like, bruh, I want to get into that more. Like, I want to sit down with somebody and just dissect, you know, some conspiracy theories, and you know, because I do have some. Bruv, I am not in a position right now to give anybody tips. It's so crazy. Me, I never been in a relationship, but I give some of the best relationship advice. And I think it's because I'm from the outside looking in, you know? So I see the good, the bad, ugly, the beautiful, the whatever, everything. So basically when it comes to life, I want to do a separate video with this. It was another one that I was talking about too that was very philosophical. Which one was it? What tips do you have? Oh, like this one need a whole separate own video, because bruv, I want to talk about mental health, even though I'm like, we talk about it almost too much right now, but I want to talk about that and just some of the stuff that I have been going through when it comes to that, and how I took myself out of it, because I'm in a good state right now, you know, in a tranquil state. But I'm like, overall, like, what do I want to say? Don't take this thing called life too serious. Do you understand? Like, it sounds so cliche, like none of us are gonna come out of it alive anyways, but it is true. We're not, you know? So, but I have so much more to say. Wait. And I don't feel like, you know, like some people, they would be like, oh, but you're too young, you know, like, I'm maybe in my 60s, late 60s, 70s or something. Like, how am I that have been on this earth longer than you gonna take any life tips from somebody that, do you understand? And it's like, you guys, don't be ageist or ageism or whatever you call it, you know, discriminative when it comes to age, because I'm telling you, especially where I study right now, we have some of the most ignorant people that I met that are like middle-aged, older, you know, and then you have like these 18, 19 years old, 20 something, and they will talk with such emphasis, like they will talk like old souls, you know, and act like old souls, like they've been here for lifetimes and stuff. So I'm very like that, you know, like, bruv, I don't discriminate. I really don't, believe it or not, because oh my God. No, I don't, because you don't know. Everybody has something to learn from everybody. Do you understand? And if you feel like you done learning, you done with life, basically. I really want to say something when it comes to this. Any life tips? I have so many tips though. I do, but I'm all over the place right now. I need to do some other stuff. I need to go to work tomorrow and stuff. I should have done this video on my free time. I'm free in like a few days or something. I should have done it then, but I just wanted to get it over with and then focus on what I really want to do. Okay, let me just go through all the questions to see so I haven't missed anything, okay? Length, weight, yes, I said that. 165 centimeter long or tall. 65, no, look, I'm changing. 65 to like 70, something like that kilo. Do you know what's going on around you, but you're playing stupid? No, I don't know. I'm guessing, like the rest of you guys. What did you want to be when you grew up? Like I said, like social worker in the beginning, like everybody else, and then dental hygienist. When did you lose your virginity? Like I said, when I was 16, and don't forget to have those 3 components in the back of your mind, like I said. Best worst vacation spot, like I said. I keep saying like I said. Brazil, Ecuador, top tier. Worst, my motherland, and France, Paris specifically. Why are you so rude? I'm not rude. I'm raised in a place where people talk like this. This is the way you talk, you know. It's very French, it's very, you know, but you're not rude. It's just, don't be so, I would say sensitive, but it's good to be sensitive, you know, be in tune with your feelings. So I won't say that. Don't be so judgy. Say something you know from each language. Oh, this one was so boring, bruh. I know, like, I have friends from all over the world. I've been living in the ghettos for forever. I'm a ghetto princess, ghetto child, or whatever. So you learn a thing or two. Tasting music, movies. Yep, I answered this one. And it was basically like something either fiction, like you need to think, or truth-based. And music, I'm in my house, deep house, lounge era, but also dance hall. What's your type? Like I said, it was Latinos, Afro-Latinos, but I'm not my type's type. Huh? That's funny. Like, you have your type. They have a film. I always have film reference. They have a film with, it is a short guy that is very shallow or something. And he only dates supermodels, tall, skinny, you know? And he gets some kind of curse or something over him, you know? And he meets this big girl and falls in love with her personality. But she is, how do you say? It's with Gwyneth Paltrow. It's funny, actually, the movie. It's funny, but it has some good meaning too if you actually think about it. But I would say, like, the type that I have is not I'm not their type, basically, most of the time. You know, like the kind of Latin guys that I usually want is like the 100%, you know, like they are into their culture, they know that they are, do you understand, proud and all of this stuff. And most of these, they will go after their own, of course. Do you understand? It's like with any other ethnicities. The only ones that will branch out are usually like, I would do another video about that. Why do you talk so much? Like I said, I'm lonely at the time. I'm being excluded from every conversation. And just awkward silences make me uncomfortable, especially when I'm around people that I'm not comfortable with. Ever had a problem with the law, police? Like I said, I need to stop saying like I said. Okay. Like I said, and then I do it again. I don't even think, I just do it. Shoplifting, the little story that I shared, but nothing major, and some fights, but nothing like, I'm not a terrorist, okay? That's slander. I'm gonna sue you guys in the future for that. Future plans, goals, wishes. Have I answered this one? I think a little bit lukewarm. I have answered that. I want peace and tranquility. I want to mind my business, huh? And my business to be mine. your outlook on life. This one was the one that I was like, okay, let's save this. Okay, but I did answer that, but not much at surface level. Favorite dish, dreams, yep, I answered this one. I said I check it. What is it called? Spaghetti carbonara, benachin, chebuje. Like I have a lot of. It's another one that is almost like gourmet sabzis, like the Persian gourmet sabzis, but it's African. Mwah. Gourmet sabzis is good too. And lemon. Any drink with lemon, lemonade basically, or beer. What's your theories on what's going on around you, bruv? I can write like a book, like a trilogy when it comes to all of these theories that I have. This is why I keep telling you guys, nothing will shock me the day you guys decide to buckle up and tell me, you know. Life tips to people that feel stagnant / young folks. We're gonna do another, and then I'm gonna be out in the woods because I want to be in the right surrounding and, you know, just all of this. So this was the video for today. We'll see how, if I'm gonna edit this. We'll see, or maybe I just upload it like it is. We'll see. I probably forgot something. So this is the Q&A. Yep. Thank you guys for joining this, and yep, if you have any questions or anything like that, leave something in the comments below. This time this time is okay. I know you talk a lot. You'll be giving your advices and opinions where nobody asked you, but this time is okay. Ooh, I'm telling you, I have another video that I'm gonna do soon. All of you guys are gonna hate me, bruh. I'm telling you, this video is gonna make you understand that I'm not here for anybody. Like all of you, disabled, black, white, Jewish, Muslim, tall, skinny, fat, white, gay, straight, like everybody. My coworkers was like, are you trying to be canceled? Like, what's wrong with you? Because I shared some of the questions, some of the stuff with him, and he was like, are you trying to be canceled? And I'm like, bro, huh? What kind of society are we living in? You can't even. Anyways, you guys be the judge of that. Then you can actually leave your opinion, you know, because I want to like have a discussion there. This is but other than that, learn to just be original, you know, and stop being so clout thirsty, like you lying, hating ass with people that, you know, come up with stories just to try to stay relevant and get a foot in or whatever. And these people, they don't even have a game plan, you know. They're just like, oh, let me just share this lie, and then you get a few followers or something, but you don't even have a business plan. Like, at least have a business plan before. Like, when I get these people to come to my page, I have a whole menu, a whole this, a whole that, but fucking idiot, blood clot, huh? Anyways, let me just see. Ooh, nice. Ciao.